We're at Just Loves Coffee. I'm about to do a school assignment, and we're about to get our coffee going.
Hello book world. I'm sorry it's been a minute or so since I've updated you, but I flew through this book. Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto. This book was beautifully written. I would give the book 5 out of 5 stars. It reminds me of my family in the sense that my mother is one of 4 sisters. And in this book, there are 4 Asian sisters, one of whom is her mom, and the other 3 are her aunties or her aunts. And there is a lot of comedy relief in this book that you would just not believe. The groomsmen, just everything. Basically, this story follows Mary Chin and her 3 aunts and her mother. There's also a timeline jump back to the past. Basically, the story follows Maddie and her aunts and mother, as she is a photographer and she wants to run her own photography business someday, but because her mom and her aunties want her to join the family business, she's decided to do that. There is Big Aunt, which is the oldest aunt. She basically raised the other 3 ladies. She is the baker and cake maker extraordinaire. According to Medi, she can make the most beautiful cakes. This book is told through first-person point of view through Medi's perspective. The second aunt always fights with Big Aunt as if there's some kind of sibling rivalry to take over the coveted status of who is in charge. But the second aunt, she is in charge of makeup. She does the makeup for the bride for their wedding day. Her mother is in charge of the flowers, and her mother is the 3rd of the sisters. Fourth aunt, which is the baby of the family, is the wedding singer of the group. So Medi has been asked to be involved in this wedding planning business, which she does not really want to be a part of. She is really wanting to fall in love, and her mom basically sets her up with a guy who's supposed to be Mr. Big Stuff. He's supposed to be hot stuff, okay? And let's just say things don't work out too well with him. There's a lot of beautiful scenes in the book. One of the things she mentions is that when she speaks in the dialect of her aunties and her mom, she wants us to remember that they moved from China to Indonesia. So once there was a war between the people from Asia and Indonesia, then they moved to America to start a new life and give Medi everything she desires. Their first language is Mandarin, and that's Medi's second language. Second aunt does not like Medi speaking in Mandarin or in Indonesian because it gives her a headache, she says. But basically, she wants to show the strength of all her aunts and her mom, and the fact that her mom sacrificed a lot, and the main thing that her mom sacrificed is the ability to communicate to her daughter very well, because her daughter speaks English as a first language and she speaks Indonesian as the first language, and in Mandarin. Medi is better at Mandarin, but whenever the aunts have something to say that they want to really make sure Medi gets, they'll speak in English. Otherwise, it's Indonesian or Mandarin, which Medi has a hard time with. That just shows the struggle and how these 4 women overcame things to give Medi an amazing life. All of her aunts have been married and are divorced, and all of their sons have moved away. And so they all feel like they need to take care of Medi. So there are 4 women that are taking care of Medi since all of the auntie's children are no longer living with their moms. I hope you get a chance to pick up this book. I won't spoil the book, and especially read the prologue to understand the significance of her writing style and why she writes this way. And it just shows the spirit of her culture and what they've overcome, and it's beautiful. It was a 5-star book. Hello book world, excuse the mess that is me today. I am reading a new book. I am reading The Project by Courtney Summers. This is the same author who wrote Sadie. I'm really looking forward to diving into this particular book, and I want to see if this particular book is going to be like Sadie. I was not very happy with the ending of Sadie, so I'm hoping that this book will be different as far as the ending is concerned. And I'll keep you abreast as to my progress that I'm making in the book. Hello book world. I am on page 211. I'm almost finished with this chapter. This next chapter starts in February 2018, so we're going back and forth in time. So there's a huge timeline gap when her and Dee were children, and from the time that they became adults. So we go back and forth from present time to when they were children. And it involves a cult. Hello book world. I am almost finished with the project. This book is very interesting and has a lot of perspective from both siblings, B and Lo, which is Gloria. Once I finish that book, I will probably dive into Heartstopper, and I haven't read this graphic novel yet, and I've heard a lot of wonderful things about Alice Osman and her graphic novels, so I'm intrigued. Hello, book world. I have finished The Project by Courtney Summers. This book I would give 4 out of 5 stars. It is about two sisters, and there is a tragedy in their life that occurs, and there is a cult involved, and I won't go into too much detail other than that, except to say that the cult leader's name is Lev Warren, and he is very charismatic. He has different aspects of different cult leaders, such as Jim Jones, Charles Manson. Lev Warren seems to think that he is some redeemer and that he is a deity rather than a church leader or a pastor or anything of that nature. Like I said, I give this book 4 out of 5 stars. The ending was very disappointing because I was a little confused as to what happened to one of the sisters. I'll just say that much. If you enjoyed Sadie, you probably would enjoy this book because this author did write Sadie. However, if you were a little less than enthused about the ending of Sadie, you might not be very enthused about the ending of this book. I am recovering from surgery. I just had a cyst removed from my uterus. Everything came back benign according to the doctors, so that is wonderful news. But I just wanted to update y'all and let you know that I am recovering and everything came back with a good report.
Well, I went to the coffee shop to get myself a mocha.
Hello, book world. Thank you for taking part in this reading vlog and cup hunting. I wanted to insert a few clips of me looking at the Summer 2 Starbucks releases. A lot of people did enjoy that, and I thought I would show you what cups they had out for the 2021 Summer 2 releases. Before I close the vlog off, I do want to let you know that I have finished reading The Summer of Jordie Perez and the Best Burgers in Los Angeles by Amy Spalding. This book I would give a 4 out of 5. It is a YA contemporary book. It is about Abby Ives, who is a fashionista. She is a fashion vlogger, and she enjoys vlogging about plus-size clothing and the best places to find plus-size clothing on a budget. She is herself a plus-size young lady. She is 17 and about to begin her senior year in school. She has been vying for this internship at Lemonberry with a lady named Maggie, who is the most renowned fashion expert there is in Abby's opinion. While there, she realizes that this year, instead of having one person as an intern, and usually the interns are offered a job for the fall year, for their senior year before college, so that they'll have something for their resume during college. But this year, she is competing against Jordie Perez. Jordie Perez is a cool photographer who likes to dress in black, and she's very quiet, but very cool. Let's just say Abby falls in love with her. So now she is not sure what she should do. She also has a friend named Jax, who is Jackson Jr. His father is a big-time tech guru. They are also working on an app to try to find the best burgers in Los Angeles for Jack's father. This book has a lot of beautiful moments. It isn't a sad story, so if you want something uplifting, heartwarming, and beautiful, it takes place in LA where there's lots of warm sunshine. Definitely pick this book up. I want to thank you again for your time and for being a part of my world, and I love you guys so much. Thank you for being so understanding during my recuperation time from the hospital. Shannon is in fact sick again, and she is in the hospital, so once one person is better, the other one is sick. It's just an endless cycle. But Shannon and I both love you very much, and thank you for your love and support for us. You don't know how much your support and love means to us and to this channel. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already for more videos, and I will see you in the next vlog.